So right now I am with Free Throw.
Hey, how's it going?
They are playing a show at the Space Ballroom in Hamden with Montclair and Super American. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, of course.
And thank you so much for stopping by in Connecticut. I believe you guys played with Mom Jeans last night or the night before?
Last night.
Both, actually.
Couple of my friends went to that show, and they said you guys were absolutely fantastic.
Awesome. Thank you.
Of course.
That's awesome.
So, how are you guys today? Like, how are you guys feeling?
Good.
Yeah.
That's good. Everybody's in a positive mood?
Yeah, I think we're getting to that halfway through tour, crazy, goofy delirium at this point.
Yeah.
But, yeah, we're all in good spirits.
Awesome.
Feeling good.
No Guns N' Roses disputes or anything? All right, awesome. Are you guys excited for the show?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Awesome. So first, actual question. What makes you the happiest in your life? I guess you want to pass around the
band
phone,
or per
like
person?
per individual. Like it could be like your cat or like playing in Free Throw.
I guess I would say since I've been away from the band for so long, being on stage and playing with these guys is one of the things that makes me the happiest. That and just being at home with my miss and eating good food and getting fed. And I've got 3 dogs, so
Awesome.
keeping things simple
There you go.
when I'm home.
Definitely playing shows with these fools keeps me super happy. Being creative is something that's like super important to me, and just taking time to appreciate like the little things, like with like my girlfriend and just like things like that. Like Zach was saying, it's like having those opportunities to, I don't know, go out to dinner and just shit like that is what makes me super happy.
Awesome.
For me, yeah, I mean, like, playing in the band makes me extremely happy, but I think the thing that makes me the happiest is that, like, we've been able to maintain this band with, like, such a tight-knit, like, group of friends that we are. We've all known each other since we were younger, and so, like, it's just been, like, being able to travel the world with my best friends. And like, see things that I never thought I would ever have the chance to see.
Awesome.
Like, just being able to take in the whole world with my best buds on my side.
Cool.
God damn, making Zach cry over here.
For me, yeah, just playing music with them, the band, my fiance Lane, and our 2 cats.
Awesome. So we got one cat, or 2 cats actually.
I have 3 cats.
So
I
we have 5
think
cats.
everyone here has a cat.
Oh man.
Without like, I'm allergic to them, and I still somehow ended up with one.
Me too. My sister has like 3 or 4 cats, and every time I go over to her house, I'm just sniveling and can't breathe. And then, last but not least,
Yeah, for me, spending time with friends and family, it's something I very much enjoy. And I'm very grateful that we get to do this thing that we do. So music is very much a part of who I am and who I've been my entire life. So to continue on doing it through my 20s into my 30s is ultimately what keeps me happy.
All right, so we have a couple like custom questions for you guys
Yeah.
that I'm going to sprinkle in. One is from a fan who lives about 15 minutes away from here, and they noticed that you have references in your song titles, specifically Ocular Pat Down from Always Sunny in Philadelphia, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
And then Smokes Let's Go from Trailer Park Boys.
Yeah.
So what shows have you guys been watching recently? Or movies?
Ooh.
I kind of just go back to like The Office and shit, Parks and Rec. I don't really watch much new stuff, but yeah.
Awesome.
I'm currently rewatching The Walking Dead, so I can have something to talk with my parents about at Thanksgiving. But preemptively watching that. I just watched Severance. It's an Apple TV Plus show. Too many things, but that's insane. And God, what was it? Barbarian? That's the name? I don't know why I can never remember that movie name. I just saw that like 4 days ago, and I'll never book an Airbnb again.
Ted Lasso.
I've been watching The Boys.
Okay.
It is one of the most fucked up shows I've ever seen in my entire life. But it's great so far. I'm enjoying it.
All right.
But yeah, I honestly watch a lot of YouTube.
Yeah,
I like YouTube.
YouTube never fails.
It never,
there's just so
there's-
much.
Yeah,
on
it's like being at the library.
Yeah.
You can just kind of like pick and choose what you want to see,
Awesome.
and it's cool. Yeah.
Cool.
I haven't been able to keep up with shows lately on the road because it's always hard to kind of watch. But I've been trying to keep up with like House of Dragon, like Game of Thrones and stuff. But I think I've only watched the first episode. haven't gotten very
You
far.
binge it later. It's one of those nice things.
Always save it for when I get home so I can just watch it all over.
There you go.
Yeah, before we left for this tour, I finished a series called Lock and Key that was on Netflix. It's kind of like a young adult magic thriller mystery, kind of a fun watch. Kind of shut down for a second, and just watch TV. But that's what I was watching.
There you go.
I'm patiently waiting for the next season. I think you should.
What's that on?
It's on Netflix.
Okay.
The song "Motorcycle No Motor" is a reference from that TV show.
Oh, okay.
If anyone wants to get our band's humor, just watch that TV show.
Do you primarily write the songs?
Yeah, with the help of Jake occasionally.
Okay.
I primarily write lyrics and do a lot of singing. Jake and Zach also do backing vocals, and Jake sings some parts of songs sometimes. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. No, I guess technically.
Yeah,
Or
90. I would say 95% of the lyrics are all core, and then we all write the music together.
All right. Awesome. Because I figured you probably came up with most of the titles.
No,
really?
Surprisingly, we kind of come up with them as like a group.
Okay.
Half the time they just come out as a joke. It's like a working title and it just sticks.
There you go.
Yeah. We've got a demo we've been working on right now called Trash Bag Pants.
Yeah.
I don't think that's gonna stick, but we'll see. I mean,
All right. Well, we'll know when the next release comes out. What moment did you guys realize you were big? So that could be any definition you want. But what was that moment where you were like, holy shit, we kind of
To be able to tour, just in general, I think was a big success for us. To be able to play in places that we had never been before and have people be there, know who we are, whether it be 2 or 100 people, having that kind of validation that you're doing something that people love and relate to. But also, the first time we toured in Europe was, I think, a big thing for me anyway, to be able to travel somewhere none of us had ever been, from where we came from, was just such a huge step, and that was very, very awesome to go through an experience.
Awesome.
Like that.
This tour for me has been super eye-opening. It's been my first tour at the band 7 years, and back then we were thankful for 50 to 100 people at a show, and now we're playing shows where there's 1,000 people. What the hell's going on?
One of my favorite moments was one moment that I remember when I was playing, I was like, holy shit, this is insane. We played a venue in Chicago called Sub T, and it was like one of our first ever like sold out shows. We sold out the downstairs. It was like 120 people, and it was just like, fuck, that many people are here to see us play guitar, play drums, like sing, do everything. And that was like super eye-opening. I remember like I texted my parents after that, and I was like, we played our first ever sold out show. And that was just like it was super cool.
I think another one is that really like brought it home for me, like, cause like I was like, yeah, it's awesome. Like people love our band. This is cool. Like this is great. But then when we played the final Blood Fest,
Oh yeah,
we
that
played
was twisted.
the main stage, and I like was setting up my stuff, and there was like nobody in this giant gymnasium. And then I turned around and went to get my guitar, and then like I was like went outside, got my guitar, and I came back in, and it was like full. And then when we started playing, it was just like one of the craziest shows I've ever played in my entire life. It was like, oh wow, like this is like something that I've been dreaming of since I was a kid. I never expected any of this to happen. This is
From
wild.
our perspective too, it just looked like it was just a sea of people.
A sea of people.
We had not ever experienced that at that point, and maybe even still. It was just a wild show.
Yeah.
And that festival no longer happens anymore, but we were very grateful to do the 3 years they had us there.
Awesome.
That show was the same for me as well. 'Cause,
Right.
not only was that show crazy and the crowd was huge, it was really fun. I also met my fiance that day.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Full circle.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right. So you are in a state with legal recreational marijuana. And this was from another fan in Connecticut. Do you partake? If you want to say no comment, that's fine.
Yes.
Right?
Absolutely.
I used to smoke weed a lot. These days, getting older, it's an occasional thing for me. Like occasionally, I'm like, yeah, I'm in the mood. I'll do it. But
Right.
honestly,
Yeah.
like, I don't really smoke too much these days.
Yeah, it's same for me. It's just an occasional thing. Sometimes, but most time.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I used to smoke a lot more. As I've gotten into don't really anymore.
Gotcha.
I will say that now these days, I used to be able to just smoke and go out and do whatever. These days, I've got to be like confined into my room in a legal state. Playing video games. I can't go out and like socialize and do that. I'm smoking because it freaks me out. But
Yes.
Oh, damn.
just cut that part out. Leave it in.
Remember your response would have been, smoke what?
With your eyes all red. All right. So these days are gone. Just recently turned 8 years old.
8, yeah.
So if you could say something to yourself 8 years ago, what would you say?
I know already, yeah.
Right, lead.
Don't drink whiskey every day. It's not good for you. Just only drink it occasionally. Maybe switch to beer.
Maybe
But-
even 2 beers?
Yes, that's fine.
Checks in the mail.
But honestly, like, the one thing I guess I'd say to myself back then is just, like, don't give up. Because there were plenty of times where I'm glad that I didn't, but, like, there are plenty of times when I thought about it, and that record was so quintessential to what we do now that, like, at the time we were recording it, it was just kind of one of these weird, like, things that we were just, like, doing. We were finally, like, doing a full-length record for this band, and I think that, like, at the time, I just kind of saw it as, like, a fun thing to do, and I would just tell myself, like, keep at it, you know?
All right. Gotcha.
I'd probably tell myself to like cherish every moment of it, because like we did it in 6 days.
Yeah.
Like in the basement of the house that I was living in.
Wow.
And it was we gave our engineer $600 to do
A
it.
case of Miller
Shout
Lite.
out Jordan Casey.
Yeah, Jordan Casey carried us on that one.
Who, like, what was the team behind the, like, desk for that album?
That was just our buddy Jordan.
Yeah, we're going to
Really?
Jordan, yeah.
Jordan Casey.
So did you guys, like, mix all of that yourself, or?
Well, we had
Matt Jordan from Chicago. He
mixed it.
Yeah, he mixed
He mixed it in Gradwell House master.
Yeah,
Okay.
So it was like a total of probably 3 people.
3 people. I remember I had to buy like a jump drive and nail it to him. This is before Dropbox, man. That's
wow.
fucking
It's not a
weird.
thing back
Yeah.
then.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I'd tell myself to enjoy every moment of it. It was such a blur, but like, I don't know. It's like whenever you asked that question, I was like, I immediately was just like, what were some moments that I really love? It's like I remember Justin was getting off work and he was meeting us at my house super late, and I called him to be like, yo, bring us a shit ton of tacos from this Jack in the Box right on the corner from my house. And we all fell asleep, and I woke up to Justin just sitting there just eating these Jack in the Box tacos because we made him order like 50 of them. And I woke up and I just started eating them as well. It's like moments like that and just like all of that shit.
Probably elaborate on the don't give up. Tell me something, not give up, and don't let somebody else narrate your path. do what you want to do. Make yourself happy before you make somebody else happy.
There you go. Be an individual.
Yep.
I think for me, if I could tell myself something 8 years ago now, I'd probably say prioritize sleep and get more of it. And drink more water. Stay hydrated.
There you go. That's advice for me as a college student.
Yeah, for me, I think I would kind of add to what Larry said, Justin, to not rush yourself and to take your time with everything, because I feel like we live in a world where we're trying to do everything super quick and trying to just get it done. But if you take the time to do it right, then you'll thank yourself later.
All right. What were you guys listening to? Did I ask what were you guys listening to during your stay?
No.
Okay, gotcha. Alright.
What the hell were we listening to? Project Pat.
Project Pat. Represent.
Earlier today, like today.
Like, just in general.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, you were listening to Project Pat.
I was listening to Project Pat a lot today. I've been in a mood today. I've been going for it. A couple of bands I've been listening to lately that I would love for people to listen to are a band called Ghosting.
Okay.
They're from California, I think. A band called Unused Dave. They are very, very good. I highly recommend listening to them. And there's a band from Australia that I've been getting into lately called Dear Seattle. That have like really been rocking.
Alright.
I think they're sick.
Awesome.
One of my favorite bands, I listen to them probably every day, called White Reaper. I listen to them a whole bunch. Barty Strange put out an album this year that I think is just like awesome. And Cool Kids, they released like by far like the best album I've heard in like a few years.
Alright.
This past couple months ago, and I think I listen to this one or two of those songs every day. And Mondays now, because we have the pleasure of seeing them play every night. Them Super American and Best Friends. So.
Been listening to pretty much only Cody and Cameron. I just want to be Josh Shepard, so. And they just dropped that new record, so it's obsessed with them.
We went and saw them like 2 months ago. Yeah, like 2 months ago we went and saw them play Nashville. It was like a couple of, how many times now? Their second? Really interesting.
I know you guys play shows all the time, but how often do you go out and see shows?
I don't go very much. I don't get out of the house much when I'm home.
Gotcha.
I'm a simple living, good old boy. I say I'm going this and just chill.
Yeah, awesome. I'm the same way. I used to go to shows all the time, and the more I think it's a byproduct. The more we started touring, the more when I was at home, I started to appreciate the normal side of like life and being at home.
Yeah.
Whereas like when I would go to shows, it would almost kind of bring back this feeling of like being like doing what I do all the time. And so like I go to shows like if my friends are in town and their bands are playing, or like if it's a band that I've really been wanting to see. But honestly, I think I'm the same. I'm a simple man. I got a nice fucking game computer that I like to play games on.
There you go. What games?
Star Citizens.
There you go.
Star Citizen.
I play Star Citizen way too much. I know everybody thinks it's a scam, but I enjoy it.
Free alpha.
It's
For 11 years.
reverse funnel system.
But no, I really like the game. I stream on Twitch and stuff. So like,
Awesome.
when I'm at home, it's nice to kind of just like relax. But like, I do still go to shows. But I think in the last few years, like even pre-COVID and everything, like it was starting to kind of like wane a little bit because like I'm at shows so often that like going to shows at home is like home feels like a different world, you know, when you're at a show all the time. But I still do go occasionally. It's just getting older, and I like playing video games.
There you go. All right.
Yeah, I go to shows sometimes. I spend a lot of time in Michigan and then split my time between there and Tennessee. I tend to go to a lot more shows up there though, but my fiance enjoys going, so whatever show she wants to go to, I end up going to.
All right. Do you like? What are some recent shows that you've been to with your fiance?
What was the last one that we went to? It's been a minute since we went to one, just because like I was up there and then we were preparing to leave for the store and stuff. But I'm trying to think of the last one we saw. The last one I can think of, I saw a band called Proto Martyr.
Okay.
Yeah, we went and saw that and then play, and that's the last one.
Gotcha.
There's it.
Awesome. Do you go to shows at all?
Yeah, I definitely went to shows more when I lived closer to the city. Like Corey said, if friends are in town, it's definitely a time where we go. Yeah, it depends on the occasion.
Anything you would like to say to you guys 10 years down the road?
Damn, dog, you're looking rough. I don't know. I have no idea what I would say.
All right. Good.
Probably this, like along the same lines of what I would have told myself 8 years ago. It's like, cherish these moments.
Got me to live.
Well, I'll be on like within rockers. I don't know why I'm making it seem like we're super old. Yeah, like cherish the moments. Like, make sure you're still having fun. And that's like, I mean, that's why all of us are here. So it's like the most important thing, I think. So,
All right.
cherish the moments, have fun. I don't know. Probably go see a physician.
I tell myself I told you to put down the whiskey.
You never learn.
But no, I like legitimately I would just hope to be able to tell myself like that I was like proud, you know.
All right.
I was like proud of like what we've done, what we've accomplished as like a group of friends and like as a band, and that, you know, and I think one of the things I think about a lot now, and then I hope that I'll be able to think about a lot more in 10 years, is like the amount of bands that have come up and told me that we influence them to do what they do, and it's like being something that helped something else grow. I think that's a fucking awesome thing.
All right.
So hopefully there'll be more bands that like would consider us an influence at that time. That would be great. But I think that's something I really enjoy hearing a lot.
I would say prioritize sleep, get more of it.
All right.
Yeah, for me, I think just make sure that you're spending time with the people that you enjoy being around and doing the things that you love. If you're not doing that, then it's pointless. We have such a short time on this earth, and to do anything that doesn't make you happy is wrong.
All right.
That's deep as fuck, Jake.
Yeah.
Brother ring first.
All right. Final question. 10 seconds to shout out 2 to 3 bands.
I want to shout out my boys and Early Humans, best band to come out of Nashville since 2007. Wait, what?
You meant 2012.
2012.
Bullshit. Shout out to Pool Kids. I love those guys. Just another band. Let's go with the Better Off guys.
Snacking. They're some of our homies from Florida. Finish that fucking album if they are listening.
Record, damn it! Come on.
Pool Kids, of course. They're some of our closest friends. If I had to do like one, third, I don't know. White Reaper, they deserve it.
I want to shout out Dikembe. I love that band. I love those dudes. I love them as people. They're a wonderful band. They're still rocking, still doing it.
Still got it.
And they were influential not only to our band, but a lot of other bands that even if they don't recognize it, they were influential to them. I want to shout out the homies in Unamused Dave. Yo, Bryson, what's up? That band rocks. I highly recommend everyone listen to them. And I want to shout out a metal band called Dozen Black Roses. Our T.M. Marcus from the house. He plays drums in that band and in the Early Humans as well. So yeah, that's my 3, I think.
All the bands I would shout out, they've already said, except I'll shout out Bad Luck from New York. They're some good friends and they're really good bands, so I'll shout them out plus everything.
And Prawn. We'll throw Prawn in
Yeah, we'll
there.
throw Prawn in there as well.
All right, there you go. You got 2.
Well, I also agree with everything that they've said. We obviously spend a lot of time listening to the same music and around the same people, so I have nothing to add. I'm good.
All right, gotcha.
Jake's Edition Project Pat.
There you go.
New project.
All right. Thank you so much for having me here, and you guys are awesome. I enjoyed every second of this.
Of course.
And so, for the last thing, would you guys mind just looking into the camera and shouting out, "That's CRED"?
That's CRED.
Yeah, that's CRED.
That's
CRED.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Wait.
On the count of
Should
3
we,
or something?
like,
Yeah, all at
Just
once.
say,
So,
that's
yeah.
CRED?
yeah.
Where? Alright, so 3, 2, 1.
That's CRED.